Welcome back to Real TV, and I'm Stephen King, the real Stephen King. And I want to give a special thanks to all the people that continue to subscribe to my channel, that like my videos, and also left comments down below. I appreciate the support because without y'all, Real TV couldn't exist. And Real TV is about exposing all the fake, all the illusions that has been presented to us in this world. And I understand there's a need for change. Everyone understands this. And just like it has always been inside of this earth, there has been people for God and there has been people against God. There has been people that get an understanding of this world, get an understanding of the needs of the people of this world, and they become great champions in the causes of the harm that's going on in this world, or they become great deceivers, great illuminists that profit off of illusions, that take your pain for granted for their profit because they understand that you have a desire for change. And they came to this conclusion because a lot of them have been through a lot of personal pain themselves and they were looking for help. They were looking for a way out. And instead of them being transformative, instead of them giving their whole life and their whole purpose to God, they decided to go against God, go against the things that they know was right, only to be of this world, to turn the places where God's word is supposed to be spoken into a place of money exchanges. That's who some of these people have become in this world. And you have to be careful of the things that you allow to influence you. Because in this journey towards understanding God, in this need to discover peace in your life, you have to be careful. That's why the Bible tells you do not be double minded, because you will become lost in illusions that men have created for profit. Now, I had shared a video pertaining to tarot card reading, and it upset a lot of people. And the story that I released, it was a 26-year-old woman that admitted after being confronted by the police about people telling fortunes for money being illegal. That 26-year-old woman told the police that it was purely for entertainment purposes, that she was only 26 years old, that she didn't know that much about life in order to tell people fortunes. So I had people messaging back and forth, and the majority of those people were uh, caught up in the tarot card reading business, and they came out in full force, man. You know, they came out in full force to protect their business. This is to the world, wherever you are. Be careful who you call on in your time of pain. Be careful of the things that you allow to influence you because it could lead you astray. Ask, not man, not woman, but ask God to continue to allow truth to enter into your life. Continue to pray. Continue to live a life in a way that shows in all areas of life that you value life. And this is something that you can do within yourself. This is something that you can't leave other people to do. This is your life and this is your journey. You know, growing up, I was raised inside of a Christian church, a place that on Sundays my grandmother would take me to. And before every Sunday, she'd give me $1, $2, whatever she had for me to put in the collection plate, you know, when I went to church. And I would always question that. You know, my question was, why does God need money when God owns everything? So I would question my grandmother a lot about that. And a lot of times when she gave me the money, I would keep it for myself. God doesn't need money. God is the creator of the heavens and earth. And what we call money, it's not money. It's just pieces of paper. It's currency. It's the paper that controls the real money, the resources of this earth. And many people are being bamboozled out of the real wealth of the land for this paper. And this paper that has been created in society has driven people mad. It has driven people completely insane to the point that they do anything, man. They will do anything to capture an illusion of wealth. They will lie, they will cheat, they will steal, and they will deceive. That's why you can't become a lover of money. And these people are dangerous. You know, when you think about the conditions of all the ghettos, not just in America, but of Haiti, Colombia, Brazil, Belize, the conditions in Rwanda, the conditions in the Sudan, the conditions in Palestine. If these people just think about the earth, that's why they say many are called, but few are chosen. Because the men of God, the women of God, they truly see this world for what it is. Their time and service is not for money. And I brought this up. I brought this up in other videos that Martin died broke. Martin Luther King. He died broke. And if he would have choose to serve this system, then he could have became rich. And that's just like with Malcolm X. Malcolm X died broke because he chose to serve God and not man. He chose to help heal the hearts and the hardships of the people. That's what he gave his life to. He wasn't in search of likes. He wasn't in search of being admired. He was in search of helping all the ways he can to heal the people. And he died broke because he wasn't of this world. You have to be careful who you allow to influence you. And I'm not saying that just because someone has a certain amount of fiat currency that they're of the devil and serving the devil. What I'm saying is you have to examine these people's life. You have to watch these people's actions and make sure that their lives is lining up with their words. And I want you to think about this also. If these people who make these claims of being fortune tellers, seers of the future, healers, you had one preacher, I can't think of his name right now, but he tried to convince his congregation that he could raise people from the dead. And he went so far as having a funeral procession, a fake funeral procession, might I add, come past his church while he was ministering. And he went out into the streets and actually brought up a casket what was supposed to be, what was supposed to have been a dead man. And he said these prayers and he had this little ceremony or whatever where he's supposed to raise this man up from the dead. And he got in trouble for that. He got a lot of heat behind that because he has gotten to the point, he had gotten to the point where his ego had went to that extreme where he was no longer satisfied with his position, and he thought that if he pulled this scam off, uh, he would be even bigger in his world. He would be able to get more followers, get more finances, get more influence. But he ended up cutting himself off at the knees. But I know y'all hurting out there, man. It's a lot of us that's hurting. It's a lot of us that's in need. It's a lot of us that haven't been taught about God properly. It's a lot of us that's in search of a better day. And that day won't arrive when you're dealing with people that's maliciously deceiving you for their own gain. Whatever you're a part of, whatever you believe, if it doesn't bring unity, if it doesn't bring peace, if it's not for the people, and you are the people, if your spiritual teacher or who you believe to be your spiritual teacher is constantly asking you for finances and they're saying they're gifted by God, so they want you to pay for something that they receive freely from God, they're not of God. Y'all be careful, man. We have uh, we have been taken advantage of a lot, and some of the tools that have been used for people to take advantage of us has been Christianity. Uh, People have came in the name of God in many different forms. When it comes to Islam, people have came and say, "Hey, I'm of God and I'm here to serve," but they was really raving as wolves in sheep clothing. People use all type of tricks and schemes to to get you to believe that they're they're a higher being. People will use any scheme they can to make you believe that they are powerful than you, they're better than you, uh, they know better than you, and they will use your ignorance against you in order to fleece your bank account. That's what's going on. The people that you follow, if they're not out in the streets feeding the homeless, if they're not developing ideas to build towns, to build cities, to build industries, if they're not able, when the authorities come knocking, to profess to the authorities that, hey, these are my gifts from God, then they're a liar. And I'm going to give you a prime example of this. In 2018, my daughter was pronounced with brain cancer. And that was a really shocking time in my life. To watch your kid come into the world and have a normal existence all the way up into 3, and then she starts having these issues and these problems, and you find out that she has a tumor on her brain. That was a hard pill to swallow. Well, anyway, the surgery was successful, and she made it out that part of the trial. But I had a problem with getting my daughter radiation. I had a problem with the the treatments that the doctors was trying to convince me to allow my daughter to go through, because they couldn't explain to me how it would help. And the things that I read, the things I took time out to study, I understood that a lot of these things would do more harm than good. So I rejected them. And my wife at the time, she ended up finding a quote unquote supposed to be holistic doctor. And when the state got involved and they asked where I was getting my daughter treated, and I said, "Here, I'm sending her to this holistic clinic." And the, the the supposed to be healer doctor of this facility, when I asked, could he tell the state that he was in the process of treating my daughter, he refused. See, it's people out here that understand that it's certain things that you need in your life. And instead of these things being real that you need, they create illusions. They become false prophets, false healers, false teachers in order to fill the gap of the things that's missing for the people. They begin to fill these voids to build up wealth for themselves. And what happens is the people that come to them a lot of times end up more broken than they were before they even got to these people. And this is a warning to these people out here. If you're guilty of deceiving God's people for your own profit, may God have mercy on your soul. If you're out here playing with people's emotions, playing with people's spirits and soul, if you're manipulating their emotions in a way that you know is unrighteous, eventually you're going to fall. The people of God, the men and women of God, the teachers and the healers, the real teachers and healers, are not in it for profit. They ain't asking you to break yourself. Question everything that you believe in. Question the people you allow to influence you. Question the people that's trying to lead you in a certain direction and ask yourself, is this the direction I truly want to travel in? Question the people that's telling you you have all these enemies in the world that desire your death and destruction. Question these people. Ask yourself, is this a reality or is this a fantasy that's being created in my life? Look at these people's households. Take a hard look because it's a lot of sheep that pretend to be sheep, but eternally they're raven as wolves. I am Stephen King, and the reason why I say I'm the real Stephen King is because it's only one me. I'm not hiding behind any false name. I'm not hiding behind any pseudonyms. I'm not telling you that God has gifted me with certain things. If you believe that I have a gift, thank you. But I can't see the future. I can't heal you. I could tell you about some things that could heal you, but that's up to you to take the time out to do that. And it involves prayer. It involves eating right. You know, it involves loving yourself, taking in all the healthy, natural things that God has given you on this earth to live a beautiful life and be upfront with the truth, live the truth. You don't need to give people your money in exchange for what God has for you. It's an illusion. It's not even real, it's fiat. The real wealth exists in the ground. That's where the real wealth exists. But stop following these false teachers, man. Stop allowing the TD Jakes of the world to lead you astray. Because what they have done is they have taken God's temple and made it a place of money exchanges for their own profit. And if you allow yourself to keep dealing with these people, you're going to find yourself poor, broken, and stuck in continuous darkness. But that's my message, man. Question these people. Ask yourself, why are these people hiding behind these false names? Why they're not using their real names if they are truly of God, and for the people? You don't have to hide behind false names. But y'all like, share, and subscribe. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later. But this is my message to the people, for the people. And may God continue to bless your life. But I'll talk to you guys later.